Hey everybody, this is Bo. I'm in South Carolina, Zone 8A, and it's September the 25th. And these are some stuff that I got growing in my garden. I'm going to give you a little update on that and some information on upcoming videos. So make sure you stay tuned, like, subscribe, repost, all that good stuff, and get all the best tips. So right here you see these squash plants. They look absolutely awful, and there's a reason for that. I'm testing these as a trap crop for squash bugs. There's been some research done that say that this blue Hubbard squash, the heirloom variety, puts off these massive winter squash. They're 65 times more attractive to squash bugs. And I didn't spray these with anything. I didn't treat them with anything. And you can see the squash bugs have done their job on these things. They are working on them hard. But the rest of my garden, they haven't touched. So as a trap crop, it's definitely doing its job. It's something that I'm definitely going to grow again and use as a trap crop in the future. But so I got those over here. I've got some potatoes. They don't look all that great because my squash overran everything and I couldn't fertilize and heal them up again because I got all this stuff going on with these squash vines running over all these rows. But I may pull these squash up here in a couple more days and try to heal these up, put a little fertilizer to them. Down through here, I've got the yellow Navone rutabagas that I planted, and I put these in last week of August. And you see they're just growing like crazy. They're a little wilted right now because it's 94 degrees. Somebody lied about the weather. It's September the 25th and it's that hot, something's wrong. But if you look here, they're starting to bulb up a little bit. They're starting to get some nice size to them, so it won't be long and these will be ready to pick. And here are the beets and the carrots that I did a video on showing you how to plant those. Beets are starting to bulb and do really well, and I thinned these carrots out, and these carrots are really coming up nice and growing really nice. And I've got another row of carrots there that I started a few weeks behind those, and they're starting to come up nicely. I've got those thinned about every 2 to 3 inches between carrots. Right here I've got a couple small bell peppers that I had in a pot that I never planted this spring, and I just kind of threw them in the ground to see what they would do, and they're putting off peppers. So down through here I've got Rasmus broccoli transplants that they're starting to come up. And right here I've got my okra from this summer that I'm actually letting dry out and go to seed for next year. Because it's an heirloom variety, I can save seed for the next year. But in between these, while they're drying out, I've planted Catskill Brussels sprouts every so often. And the same thing in this row, I've got cabbage going in between the okra plants as they're drying out. And once they dry out, I'll cut them down and I'll let the cabbage continue to grow. Right here I've got my lettuces. These two here are that Paris Island cos lettuce. This is an heirloom that originated in South Carolina, and it's just doing fantastic. And through here I've got these DeRussy lettuces. This one actually got killed out by the heat from transplant shock, and miraculously it came back. This stuff is pretty resilient, especially in hot, humid weather, and it's supposed to be really good in colder weather. So we'll see how that goes. We've got some more transplants out there that are a few weeks behind, so I can stagger my harvest on my lettuce because nobody wants a bunch of lettuce at once. You can't eat so much at one time. And then I've still got my pepper plants. I haven't even watered those in probably a month. It hasn't rained in probably a month here. And they're still putting off peppers like crazy. I got habaneros coming out to yin yang. But that's the overview of this raised bed garden that I got. I'm not going to talk about the other part of my flat row garden because stuff's still just starting to barely pop up in it. But there's going to be a follow-up video on that. I plan on doing a video on making marmalade from those trifoliate oranges, and so be on the lookout for that possibly this weekend. And then also I'm going to be doing a video on growing garlic because garlic's so versatile. It's used in all kinds of recipes, and I'm going to do a video on growing hardneck and softneck garlic, and also videos on saving and preserving the stuff that we're growing because we want to be resourceful with what we grow. We don't want it to go to waste, and we want it to feed us all year long. Well, that's all I've got for today. Stay tuned for more, and let's keep growing.